GB.
What's going on, guys? Gully Boy back at you with a brand new video. And this time, I want to start this video by saying that I apologize, not necessarily how I've been coming for y'all, but I just want to apologize to myself because I don't want to go down this reckless path. I do feel like the way that I've been expressing myself in my videos recently was definitely mandatory, but it's not how I want to go on about showcasing myself on this channel. So basically, it was just this whole me against the world thing, and I still feel that way. But by me saying that I'm a man of God, I feel like I was being a hypocrite, because in the Bible, it tells us to deal with things the way Jesus would, which is addressing individuals in a way that's respectful, along with being teachable. So I'm going to refrain from the name calling, the just, crazy talk, even if somebody come at me that way, because almost all of the time, the response that I give is the response that I receive. So I'm going to refrain from responding with that same type of energy, because that's not how that boy Jesus would do it. Jesus wouldn't, if somebody came at him crazy, he not going to come at you crazy back. So this doesn't mean that I'm not going to check y'all and try to correct y'all, because a lot of people, and I'm going to keep saying black folks, I ain't all the way, I ain't finna just be all straight up PG with it now. Don't get it twisted, because there's still a lot of people that can't comprehend. And in my realm, a lot of it is black folks. So I'm just going to try to be more respectful, try to be more teachable, because a lot of people just misunderstand what I'm saying. That's all it is. And I'm going to just try to correct you. And if you don't want to accept the correction that I'm giving you, then that's when you got to get blocked and sent away forever. So, this video right here needed to happen, because my recent video was a re-upload from a year ago of me saying stop putting rappers on pedestals. And I feel like a lot of so-called hip-hop fans are exposing themselves, because if you have a problem with that video, it says a lot about you. Because within hip-hop, there's a lot of pedestalizing that goes on when it comes to rappers. Now, this is something that I had to grow out of myself, because I feel like I was doing it in a sense by just simply putting rappers over other rappers based off their status in the rap game. Tupac being the biggest example. Tupac is exalted as this god in hip hop. And if you already know, I'm a man of God, and there's only one God. So it's almost like people worship Tupac, and I don't think that that's okay. I'm not trying to make it seem like I absolutely hate Tupac, because I don't. If you watch my videos regarding Tupac, there's nothing hateful that I'm saying. It's just criticism on his music, mainly. But not just Tupac. Rappers that have a high status in general, like Kanye West, Drake. It's like you put these rappers on the pedestal and make it seem like nobody can make better songs than them. Nobody can make better albums than them. This is an issue. And if you are somebody that disagrees with me saying stop putting rappers on pedestals, what you're basically saying is that you're a follower, and that if there is an opinion that you genuinely have that supposedly goes against the grain, you're afraid to say it, because you don't want to make it seem like you're saying something negative towards the rappers that you're putting on the pedestal, which is crazy, because it's all about being honest and truthful as a person at the end of the day. And if we can't be truthful about something as simple as the music that we like, I just feel like we're doomed, especially in the hip hop community. Now, the video got both negative and positive feedback, mainly negative, and I'm pretty much used to that. You know, there was a lot of people saying that they disagree with my point, but if you really pay attention, because I'm going to go through the comments, nobody could tell me what they disagree with. You're just saying that you disagree. So right about now, we about to go through some comments. And we're just going to read what people were saying about the video. It's very interesting. So this guy says, I will always like lyrical content over turnt tunes. I want to think while I'm listening to music. And then I commented and said, why not enjoy both? It's this opinion in hip hop that a lot of people have where they say that they can't listen to rap music only if it has a message. Now, I don't want to call these people liars, but I'm pretty sure that they like rap music that doesn't necessarily have a message. But if you are somebody that only listens to rap music that has a message, or, you know, like he said, I like lyrical content where they have to be saying something, then I honestly don't understand how you're a hip hop fan. Because if we go back to the early days, it wasn't about a message. It was just about having fun and partying, which was the true essence of hip hop. And that's not me saying that the supposed lyrical hip hop that has storytelling is like undervalued because of that. That's why I commented and said, why not enjoy both? Because I enjoy both. There can be a song that has a message that I will enjoy, and there can be a song that doesn't necessarily have a message that I can enjoy. Some other responses to his comment says, there's nothing wrong with that. But at some point, don't you want to just listen for the sake of having a good time? I agree. There's a time and place for everything. And with hip hop, you have a variety of stuff. It's just so much to choose from. You don't have to put yourself in one box when you listen to rap music, which is the beauty of it. But I think that's what some people do, or say that they do. Because like I said, I'm pretty sure that there's rap music that you like that doesn't necessarily have a message. Perfect example is Everybody Getting on My Head because I didn't like the song Method Man. That song does not have a message. And I also pointed out in the Raekwon video that a lot of people were saying that that was the best song on 36 Chambers, but it didn't have a concept. See, a lot of times in hip hop, you can catch people in contradictions, and it's like, you know you like that type of music too, right? Another person said, the beauty of music is they're both. An artist can do both too. I like Future the same amount as Nas. Every rapper has their strengths. That is, come on, man. That's beautiful right there. Because one of my favorite rappers of all time is Chief Keef. And he does not have messages in his music. He rarely has them. You know, it's usually about the same topics of getting money, flexing on other people, and he do reflect on his life in the hood sometimes, but it's not done in a way that's like extremely deep. Like on the intro track on the album Phonem, when he say, I look across the street and that shit still wasn't safe, you know, stuff like that. It's like really subtle, you know, but for the most part, like I said, his music consists of those categories that I mentioned earlier. And I think a lot of people forget the fact that this is music at the end of the day. It's supposed to be about enjoyability. You know, if a song is good, in my eyes, and I feel like in a lot of y'all eyes too, if a song is good, it doesn't matter what the rapper is talking about. Ice Spice is a perfect example. I think that Ice Spice is an incredible rapper. I don't care what nobody say. You know, I'm at that point where it's just like, look, man, I'm real. I'm a music reviewer, and when I go in, I'm honest about everything that I say. This guy commented and said, so when you go to the club with your homies, you want to think or dance or turn up? Come on, man. Hip hop was built around partying and clubbing. That was the essence. And you got one dude that say, he responded to the other guy and said he don't go to the club. Like I said, if we're really being technical, the club, the party is the essence of hip hop. So if you taking the club and the party out of it, can you really say that it's hip hop or that you're a hip hop head? Just really think about that. In my opinion, you can't. This guy commented and said, the club is dead. The party died. Absolutely false. People are never going to stop partying. Everyone is broke and nobody can afford anything now. You don't have to be super rich to party, bro. Nobody wants party music or pop music right now. Crazy work. I don't know what world this guy lives in, but you are absolutely 100% false. People are going to always want to have a good time and get lit and get crunk. So that's just completely false. And here we have somebody simply saying insane take. You know, I didn't even bother to ask him to elaborate because a lot of times people can't tell me what they disagree with in the video. So, and of course, 16 people liked it. And for the 16 people that liked this comment, tell me what was so insane about my take. I would love to have the discourse. Okay, so this guy is responding to me basically liking Ice Spice as a rapper and thinking that her album is better than Me Against the World. Now, the reason why I say Y2K by Ice Spice is better than Tupac's Me Against the World, for one, that's my opinion. I'm not stating it as a fact, but as somebody who reviews music and is honest about what I'm reviewing, track by track on each album, giving my opinion and rating it, my opinion on Ice Spice's album is that it's flawless. I don't think that there's a bad song on the project. The clip that I showed in the video was my initial thoughts on the album because I got 2 songs decent, but when I went back and listened to it, I changed my review to the album being flawless when I went back and listened to it a second time. And you can see that on the Is Ice Spice a Bad Rapper video. So I honestly think that the album is flawless. I don't think Me Against the World is a flawless album. It's that simple. When it starts to get to the end of the album, a lot of the songs start to sound repetitive along with his flow. Ice Spice's flow on Y2K did not sound repetitive. The instrumentals were amazing. It's that simple. That's my opinion. And I'm going to stand on that forever. So this guy is quoting an Ice Spice lyric, and it says, I stand on shit like a floor mat. I'm sure she meant to say bath mat. Ice Spice already flopped. So although you glaze on her, the people have already spoken. That comment says a lot. And I responded by saying, first off, who doodling on the bath mat? It's funny how he tried to correct her lyric, but you gotta ask yourself. She's saying, I stand on shit like a floor mat. And then you saying, I'm sure she meant bath mat. Well, who's doodling on the bath mat? The lyric, in my opinion, just like a lot of Ice Spice's lyrics, I don't super analyze them, but when she does say clever stuff every now and again, I like to highlight it because she can. But every bar is not going to be like super duper incredible. And it doesn't have to be if the song is good in its entirety. Because she does have bars where it's just like, okay, that's cool. Because I think she say, like, on one song, she say, like, I pop shit like a Pop-Tart. Like, that's not really a good line, but that's not gonna make me stop listening to the song because she said that. And I said that in my next sentence. And lines like that are not going to stop me from listening to an artist. It might stop y'all from listening to an artist, but it's not gonna stop me. You also admitted that you don't judge music based off your own merit by saying the people have spoken. A lot of y'all base your opinion about what the people say. A lot of fans, so-called fans in hip-hop, do not have their own opinions. They base it off of the popular opinion. And I'm someone that doesn't do that. But if that's how you want to rock, go right ahead. But I'm not that individual. I don't know how you can stand on something that's not even your opinion, because a lot of times people don't even listen to Ice Spice's music like that. And that's cool. But don't try to make it seem like I'm tripping as somebody that does listen to her music thoroughly. And I ended it by saying, I don't care what people say. Now this comment right here, man, y'all really gotta stop assuming stuff about me. It's so crazy. Like, I have these people that watch me that just think that I'm something, but I'm not. So this dude said, you crashing out. My boy Gully really depressed and just saying anything for views. First of all, the video is old. It's something from a year ago. And crashing out? How? It's like people say these terms, but they could never elaborate on how I'm crashing out. Because usually I'm saying stuff that's truthful and that has meaning to it, which is why you can just only respond by saying, oh, you crashing out. But when I ask you, how am I crashing out? Man, you just crashing out, bro. You tripping. That goes to show you that you don't want to acknowledge what I'm saying is the truth. I think a lot of y'all just don't like the fact that I'm saying something, and I feel like a lot of y'all just want me to be some ignorant person based off of the old content that I used to make. Because there is a comment of a person that just completely mischaracterizes me off of content that I made 10 years ago. I changed as a person. I'm not the same. I'm more mature. I'm more sharp. I'm more intelligent. I'm more wise. And I don't know why y'all want me to be depressed so bad. I just really don't understand this. Like, a lot of y'all think I'm depressed or that I'm going through some type of mental episode. Well, you can think that, but it's not true. Shaking my head. You've been letting people get to you lately. Not necessarily. Because I'm somebody who can ignore the negativity. But recently, I want to interact with it. You know? And like I said in the beginning of the video, I have been going about it wrong by me classifying myself as a man of God. But y'all can't get to me. You know? It's not like I'm just thinking about the negative comments all day. It's just not true. I can't help but to see it. And I'll be like, what are they talking about? It's just another person that just can't comprehend what I'm saying. So I responded by saying, this is an old video, bro. Also, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Remember that scripture next time you comment. Because you're bearing false witness. You saying I'm crashing out. You saying I'm depressed. And I'm letting people get to me. All of that is false. So yeah, 15 people. For the people that watch me, I really want to just start interacting with y'all more. Because a lot of y'all really have this false characterization of me. Even if I get on camera like this, with my face, and I'm telling you, no, that's not who I am. So this is the guy right here. So he says, I've been watching you on and off for damn near 10 years. And it seemed like every time I check back in, you're saying more and more contrarian stuff. Now, this word contrarian, I've talked about this in one of my shorts. If you are somebody that calls somebody a contrarian, you do not have your own opinion. Because if you did, you would not call people this word. A contrarian is somebody who purposefully goes against the popular opinion, which is something that I don't do. I am a music reviewer, and you can see my work. You can see the amount of time that I put into reviewing an album by explaining each and every aspect of it. That is not a qualification of somebody who's a contrarian. A contrarian is not going to do that. A contrarian is not about to listen to an Ice Spice album. I actually listen to everything that I talk about and give an honest opinion. And you taking my honest opinion as saying that, oh, you trying to be different, bearing false witness against our neighbor. Come on, man, you in sin. Stop that. Like, I remember you saying Drake and Lil Wayne were trash and stuff back in the day, referring to something from 10 years ago. And remember what he said? He said, I've been watching you on and off for 10 years. You can't really have a complete analysis about somebody watching them on and off for 10 years. Because it's kind of seemed like you're not really watching me like that. You just kind of like, you know, clicking, watching for a little bit. Oh, man, this dude tripping, turning it off. Now, I don't know if that's what you're doing for sure, but I can assume that's what you're doing. And even though I disagreed, I was like, this guy is cool. He likes what he likes, and that's dope. But now I hear you say how fire Ice Spice is, and she's real hip-hop or whatever. Like, is this even the same guy? Laughing my ass off. You're not tuning in, bro. Like you tuning in on and off. You know, in order to get a full grasp of who I am, you gotta completely tune in. Which is what a lot of y'all don't do. Because I feel like a lot of y'all just wait till I pop up in a recommendation. Oh, there goes Gully Boy. I can't control the algorithm and how I pop up on your feed. But if you truly want to make an analysis about me, you're going to have to go to my videos and watch them. I know that's, a lot of work. But a lot of y'all end up just false characterizing me when you come into my comment section. And don't get me wrong, I like a few of her songs and all, but dude, how does one person make that big of a shift in less than a decade? That's crazy. People change over time, bro. Less than a decade. It's literally been a decade. I don't know how you would expect somebody to be the same person 10 years later. Shout out to this dude right here, because he's somebody that actually watched my videos. So I just want to salute to all of y'all that are really tuned in for real. And I gotta show more love to y'all because y'all really be tuned in, man, for real. So he says he actually reacted to that video you're referring and admitted he was being disingenuous at the time because he didn't actually listen to them. This is a fact. Back in the day, when I was doing 100 Worst Rappers and all of that stuff, it was just shock value. I wasn't somebody who was honest about my opinions. I got on camera and addressed that like Buddy said. I'm not that person anymore, and I haven't been that person, I would say, since like 2023. It wasn't even until recently that I stopped doing that. Because I was like, how am I supposed to be this person that's genuine about my opinions on hip hop, but then I'm not genuine about other people like Lil Wayne and Drake? That's hypocrisy right there. So even I can point out my own hypocrisy because that's what that is. You cannot say, man, I'm honest, but then you're not honest about certain rappers. Come on, man. Can't be doing stuff like that. And I realized that and was like, nah, I cannot go the rest of my YouTube path, especially in this hip hop world, and just lie about my opinions. Because it's popular to hate rappers like Drake and Ice Spice. And a lot of y'all still have that mentality of hating rappers because you're supposed to. That's what the masses says. That's not me anymore. And it's not going to ever be me again. He replied by saying, okay, fair enough. My only pushback is I remember him reacting to songs and videos saying they suck, like Smash Hits. He responded with, yeah, he did go back and listen to Wayne and Drake's full discographies. Those videos are on my channel. Full discography reviews. Honest about everything that I'm saying. And he gave very detailed reviews, and it makes me respect him a lot for being able to explain why he likes what he likes. Shout out to you. Everybody who has that new mentality when it comes to me, salute to y'all, man. Because, like I said before, when I reacted to that 100 Worst Rappers video, a lot of people didn't even comprehend that video. A lot of people was saying, false characterizing me, bearing false witness against our neighbor. Man, you too hard on yourself, man. Imagine saying that I want to be more honest about my music opinion, and your response is, you too hard on yourself. That's crazy. So what you're saying is you don't like people who are honest. And a lot of people that watch me from back in the day, they don't care if I'm honest or not. Well, my message to y'all is kick rocks. Kick rocks, because I am more mature and I'm going to be honest about the stuff that I say. I don't want to just be some ignorant person that just says that I hate something, but I really don't hate it. Even back then, when I was clowning the new rappers, like Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert, I was even hypocritical back then because I liked a lot of the new rappers during that time. Like Chief Keef, Lil B, people like that, Waka Flocka. Like the rappers that you're supposed to say are trash. I like those rappers. So I replied by saying, sounds like you do a lot of ear hustling. Yeah. He says, I don't even know what that means. And then this is him responding to the dude who is in tune with what I'm doing right now. He says he's human. He's allowed to change his mind. But even hearing from you that he said he don't even listen to them back then lends credence to what I'm saying. But hey, more power to him. Just adding my 2 cents. You didn't comprehend the fact that Buddy was telling you that I changed, that I don't do stuff like that anymore. I literally, back in the day, I didn't listen to the music. I was just saying that it was trash because I knew that it was going to get a reaction. People tune in to negativity. So when you say something is trash, you're going to get the attention of people. I don't do that no more. So this is me explaining what ear hustling is to him. I said it means that you're hearing what you want to hear. I bet you didn't fully listen to this video. You just saw the title and thumbnail and made your assumption based off that. Now he corrected me and said, no, I watched the whole thing. You were saying hip hop isn't one thing and that different artists can display different aspects of it. I'm not one of these people. I'm just pointing out the differences in your documented opinions of said hip hop over the years. I think that's fair. And this is me responding, why make it seem like I'm going off the deep end when you agree in the end? Now he corrected me and said that he didn't agree with my point in the video, which was true. So I was wrong about that. I misread his comment and I was, thinking that he agreed with what I was saying. But he didn't say that he agreed. I mean, he didn't say that he disagreed either. Because if you disagree with, you were saying hip hop isn't one thing and that different artists can display different aspects of it. If that's something that you disagree, why would you? I don't know, man. I don't know. Because you disagreeing with that is crazy. I say you got to listen more to my videos because I say a lot of truthful stuff. And I don't just willingly call music trash if I didn't listen to it. And this is him saying, I didn't say I agree with what you said. I just confirmed that I watched it. Even when I watched you more, I didn't agree with you most of what you said. It was just a different opinion. And the reply to this same comment said that back when you used to say Drake was trash or whatever, that you don't listen to him, is he lying? And I said, you said I think that's fair. So that was me assuming that I misread his comment right there. See, I'm going to admit when I'm wrong. I'm going to admit when I'm wrong. He was saying, I think that's fair regarding to what he said. When he said, I'm just pointing out the differences in your documented opinions of said hip hop over the years. I think that's fair. So I misread that, which is why I assume you agreed. What don't you agree with specifically in the video? Now that's a good question. Also, I addressed the Drake thing in the comment by saying I falsely called music trash without listening to it. And he said, I was saying that I think it's fair for me to point out the jarring shift in your opinions over the years. Now, I was wrong about that. He was correct on that. And you literally just said, you don't say stuff is trash without listening to it 20 minutes ago. I remember those vids, man, you say specific songs and everything sucked. So you can't say you didn't hear them or whatever. It's either you like it or you don't. And I disagree with your examples. I feel like it goes against your own point of what hip hop is and can be. I disagree with your examples. I feel like it goes against your own point of saying of what hip hop is and can be. That wasn't specific of disagreeing with the video. I told y'all when they say that they disagree with that video, it's never clear on what they mean. So I said, you're not just tapped in, because a part of the trickery was making you believe I listened to the music when I actually didn't. Now, I said that when I reacted to the 100 Worst Rappers videos again. When I would say that something sucks, I would listen to it, but I wouldn't listen to it to the point of me trying to really get an understanding of it and really say a real opinion. I was listening to the music to just point out, man, this shit is trash. I was going into it saying that it's trash.
I am not a fraud. Why am I the god?
Now, I'm not gonna lie, Lil Wayne used to be the shit back in the early Cash Money years. But ever since whack-ass albums like Rebirth, I'm Not a Human Being, and a high amount of auto-tune, I think that makes him a good candidate to be on this list. Like, you can't be good for a decade, then be whack for the next decade. That shit just don't cut it. Now that whole thing right there was just completely disingenuous because I wrote that good because you would have thought that I actually did listen to Wayne's albums, but I haven't listened to a single Wayne album. I'm sitting up here talking about Rebirth and I'm Not a Human. I haven't even listened to those albums. How can I know that they're trash if I haven't even listened to them? So for me to even be saying you can't be good for a decade and be whack for it, I wouldn't even know that. I don't do that no more. I had a way to make it seem like, hey, this dude was actually just doing it. No, I wasn't. Because I said that in the video. I didn't even listen to the music. I listened to no Lil Wayne album. I didn't even listen to the Hot Boy Wayne albums. The Block is Hot, 500 Degrees, and Lights Out. I never listened to those albums. I just recently listened to those albums, 2023. So yeah, I was somebody that was just saying stuff was trash. And you actually believed it by me going into detail a little bit. Because I think in my video of me reacting to 100 Worst Rappers, I would highly advise you, brother, to go watch that video. Because I'm even saying, damn, you would think that I listen to their music. I wrote that good because you would have thought that I actually did listen to Wayne's albums, but I haven't listened to a single Wayne album. But I don't. And I didn't. Well, I do now. But I didn't back then. Because now I got full discography reviews on Wayne. His albums and his mixtapes. And I'm going to do more Wayne videos too. I said you're fixated on videos 10 years ago when I drastically changed for the better. Also, the point of the video is not saying Ice Spice's album is factually better than Tupac's. Because I think that's what he's referring to when he says, I disagree with your examples. Now, you can disagree with my examples, but the point still stands of people putting rappers on pedestals and thinking that certain rappers can't make better albums than other rappers. Now, one thing that I want to point out is that y'all did not have a problem with me saying that I think that underground rappers that I review have better albums than Tupac and Kanye West. Because I guarantee you that you're not going to listen to those albums. You only had a problem with me saying that Ice Spice's album was better than Tupac's. Because simply by who it is. Now, if Ice Spice was some underground unknown rapper, you wouldn't care. That's the crazy part, bro. That's why I say this pedestal stuff. Oh, it's because it's Ice Spice. It's because it's Drake. They trash. Who else? Like, Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert, Chief Keef. Trash. There is no way they can make better music than Tupac and Kanye West, whoever else is on the pedestal that you got. There's no way that Chief Keef can make a better song than Tupac. You're just going to believe that based off of who the rappers are. But like I said with the underground example, don't even matter because who are these people? I just think that this whole thing when we talking to like hip hop listeners is just crazy. It's just an example of me being truthful about my opinions. I have full detailed reviews on everything that I talk about. And he responds by saying, dude, you understand you're flat out admitting to being a contrarian, right? Like, that was my whole point. You're saying trickery as if it's something different. Like, come on, man. Also, I understand that you're not saying Tupac album is worse or whatever, but your definition of hip hop seems flawed based off your opinions. You didn't comprehend, bro, because I literally replied by saying, when I said I used trickery, that was from the 100 Worst Rappers video. I have video. If you click on my channel and scroll, I have full discography reviews on a lot of rappers. Lil Wayne and Drake are one of them. If you really truly want to get a full understanding of how I go about doing things now, watch those videos. And I already know that those videos are not as interesting as me saying that these dudes suck. They're trash. They suck donkey ass. But I'm not that person anymore. And I'm not going to ever be that person again. So like I said, if you really want to get an understanding of how I go about doing things now, go watch those videos. So he commented him saying, all right, man. Okay, what else we got? Here's another person that has like follower energy. He says, I guess we found the one person who really likes Ice Spice. I feel like if this person like actually sat down and listened to Ice Spice's music, and let's just say that, I like this, you will be scared to say that you like it. I'm not that person. I don't care who it is. If I'm listening to music and I think that it's good sonically, I am going to say it. I remember when I reviewed Y2K for the first time from Ice Spice, and I did not expect the album to be that good. Now, let's just say if I didn't, I don't want people to make it seem like I like this. Okay, let's lie about my honest opinions about how I feel about the album. No, I'm not gonna do that. Not that I sat down and took the time on my day, and like I always tell people, when I'm reviewing albums, I'm listening to every song on the album at least 4 or 5 times. I'm not gonna do that and give a fake opinion. The fact that y'all think that somebody who reviews music like that should give a fake opinion, or make it seem like I'm somebody that's going against the grain when I'm being detailed in my review, y'all are crazy. So I just simply commented and said, sounds like you're a follower. Because if you're saying, man, this is the only person that like Ice Spice, like I said, you will be afraid to say that you like the girl music because everybody else don't. Come on, bro. This is music, bro, and we're grown people. I would assume that this guy's a grown person. Why are we afraid to say that we like stuff? Just because we don't want backlash from hip-hop fans? These same hip-hop fans that don't even really listen to the music that they criticize? And I was one of those people back in the day when I was doing 100 Worst Rappers? Yikes. This dude said exactly, you can't compare Ice Spice to rappers with substance. You go in with low expectations and enjoy her moving them cheeks. Crazy work. And I simply asked him, so do you only listen to rappers that have substance? I don't think he replied to this comment. Because if I find a rapper in your Spotify or whatever music app you listen to, and I find a rapper that don't got substance in their music, bro, you know what you are? You're a hypocrite. Yeah, that dude didn't respond to that comment. Because usually when people say, man, I only listen to rappers that saying something, you don't 100% listen to rappers that just have messages in their songs. So this dude right here says, been watching you for a minute, and yeah, I get it. Just doing it for views at this point, the infamous clickbait. The people who watch me and have this assumption about me, are y'all really watching the videos? Because if you watch the full video, you can't have that opinion. Because I think it's a 19-minute video. I feel like y'all just trying to just say stuff for clickbait to get a reaction. I feel like y'all are the ones that are clickbaiting. Because there's no way you can watch that video of me fully explaining my stance and say, nah, bro, you clickbaiting. Come on, bro. I don't want to call y'all stupid no more. I'm just gonna calling y'all ignorant. You know, that's a better word, because ignorant just means that you don't know. I'm going to refrain from the stupid word, but you're definitely ignorant. And then I said these false narratives will be corrected in the next video. And he laughing. Bro, I would hate for somebody to paint a false narrative about you, and you be like, nah, bro, that ain't true. And then somebody just laughing. Come on, bro. What are we doing here, bro? But I think that's going to be the last one I'm going to react to, man. I'm going to go ahead and end the video off right here. Like I said previously, man, if you are somebody that disagrees with me saying to stop putting rappers on pedestals, you're really exposing yourself. Because I feel like you're exposing yourself as someone who's not honest about their opinion. And you feel like deep down inside, you can't say that something is better than something else based off of who the rapper is. I'm going to just say that I don't do that, but if that's how y'all want to do it, keep it over there, man. I don't do that over here. But thank you guys for watching. This is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it was insightful. Hoping that it was a teachable moment. And I'm going to sign out right there, man.